if you'll notice, it's got a Nintendo, a dusty, it's got,
Welcome to the Rad Chaser Show. Please press start to begin the experience.
Gotta say, some of the nicest GameStop workers working in this place in the Altamont Springs shop, so check them out.
Rad Chaser.
Greetings, my excellent chasers. So GameStop is doing a 4 for $40 or 4 for $20, depending on the price range you want to go for in their video games, so up to $10 or up to $20. And it's pretty sweet, I gotta say. I've done both. I've done the 4 for $40, I've done the 4 for $20, and I've found some cool stuff, and I would like to discuss that right now. So let's get these games in front of us. You know what? Let's use the power of magic, shall we? Yo, there we go. Okay, so let's go through the 4 for $10. I went to a GameStop in Altamont Springs, Florida. You saw the building at the beginning of this video. Those were some of the nicest two dudes I've ever seen in a GameStop. I've had a run of bad luck with GameStop recently, going in and trying to get old Game Informer back issues and encountering problems there. Not letting me take a look at retro stuff because a lot of times they keep them in a drawer behind the counter and they're always in some sort of state of cataloging them, or it's just a lot to pull the whole thing out and let me take a look. But these two dudes at the Altamont Springs store, they really hooked it up. He had like a printed out list of retro games and he let me take a look at it and just sort of browse through it. And he also gave me a nice little tidbit that since the retro games were used games as well, technically they were also part of the 4 for $20 or 4 for $40. So that was pretty sweet. And that hooked it up here in a little bit, as you'll see. All right, so let's do the 4 for $20s. I'm gonna start with one that I've never even heard of. It's called Citadel. Forged with Fire. It's a sandbox RPG featuring magic, spellcasting, building, exploring, and crafting. All the cool things I like. You know, I do a lot of that in the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV Online. But now I could check this thing out, see what it's like. It's by, let's see, Blue Isle Studios, which I have not heard of. This could be something to pop in. I don't know. Sometimes I do judge a book on its cover, and this had a cool cover, so I was like, well, I'll check it out. Next up, Dragon Quest XI. Yes, I've already got a copy of it. I'm coming for you, Square Enix. Every RPG in the world. But yes, I will collect another copy of it. There's just some things that you can't have enough of, and Dragon Quest is that for me. So if it's, you know, it's gonna be, you know, this equates to $5. I'm gonna do it. Looking really crispy. A lot of little inserts in here as well. We've got the DLC. I wonder if I could download this. Expiration code 9/4/2028. I could theoretically download this DLC and you know, do it, use it. Little items. This one's fun. Chicken Police. I got Chicken Police because, well, I used to have it and I don't have it anymore. So this one's it's a weird, fun one, a little noir, like, you know, mystery type game. Now, if you've never played this one, it's like a neo-noir kind of detective type game, but all the detectives and characters are animals. There's chickens and cats, etc. It's pretty cool. I started playing this one. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy of it anymore, but that's not true because now I do have a copy of it. And I have a save file, so that's pretty sweet, and I might have to get back into this. Chicken Police, paint it red. And this was the retro game that I was clued into. Russian Attack. I don't know if you can see it. Bada boom. Russian Attack for the NES. Yes, I got a retro score. Now check it out. This was marked at $9.99. It was part of the 4 for $20. So basically it was $5. And if you'll notice, it's got a Nintendo, a dusty. It's got a dusty Nintendo branded sleeve. So TBH, this is actually probably, you know, I've seen places sell this for $5. So nice little score there. There, we'll get some closer shots of this. Russian Attack, and it came with a Nintendo branded sleeve, which this is not a first party NES game. So what I will do is I will take this one and I will stick it elsewhere. Woo. This was really dusty. Still, I will take the sleeve and I will put it somewhere else with a first party title, and this will get reallocated. So this was not part of the 4 for $20. Well, it could have been, but it was $5 on its own, which I find crazy that you can get this. This is a little game called Persona 5. And this is for PS4. This is the PS4 version, and it's the greatest hits version. And you know what that means? It comes in a red case. And you know your boy loves the red cases. So this is doing it for me. Cool thing about this was it's got a slip case in it, and it's got that cool little cover art. Oh, it's got that cool back cover art. This was in a generic case in the bins, and I just sort of took it up to the front and I said, hey, do you guys have a copy with a regular, case? And lo and behold, they did. So we hooked it up. So that was the 4 for $20, and that was pretty cool. I have a couple of random GameStop pickups here. Resident Evil 5, haven't played this one. It's the greatest hits version again. Another red case. Your boy's stacking the red cases. Don't sleep on them. This one looks really old too. This has got like the original PlayStation 3, like the Spider-Man font, on the cover and etched into the box. So that one's pretty funny. That's an oldie. Another one-off. This is Tales of Vesperia. This is the remastered, the definitive edition. A lot of Tales games to be coming in the future videos. I got this. I have a bunch of Tales games from Sendico. I'm gonna do another big Sendico video from an older Sendico pickup I have. So a lot of that to come. Really, I think really Tales of Destiny for the OG PlayStation is probably where I left off playing any Tales games, and that was quite a long time ago. So, time to get reintroduced and reacquainted. Oakley Dokley, Death Stranding. This is a Hideo Kojima game, if you're familiar with that name. He did a little series called Metal Gear. I've never played this, but dang if it doesn't look pretty sweet, pretty cinematic. It has to be a good game. It has to be. Anybody ever play this one? Please let me know. Cyberpunk 2077. I wanted to get this game when it came out. Never ended up doing that. I heard it was, super broken, super glitchy. This one has a cool slip case on it again as well. Pretty sweet. And then I flipped the reversible cover to have the alternative cover on there too. So this is gonna be a fun one for me to get into. Pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. Tetris Effect, yo. If you guys haven't played this, you're missing out. This is a game that you can put on, get nice and relaxed, and play. It's chill. The music puts you in a zone. Baby. Used to have access to it digitally, but now I've got access to it physically. Booyah. Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. Dude, this looks so cool on the back cover here. There's just tag team action, beat 'em ups with roguelike elements, 13 unique playable characters, up to 2-player local co-op. It just looks really stylized. It looks like this could just be a fun one that like kind of just veg out and play. Includes poster insert and sticker sheet. Let's see if it does. No, it don't. That's just the game in here. Oops. Oh well, woo. Anyway. And that's a PS5 game. So you get a PS5 game for $10? Yeah, I would say go for it. That was the 4 for 40, pretty cool. So then what? What else do we do? Do we just want to go on to the Cybertron stuff? I've also got a handful of games from Cybertron. Yeah, I went back. I know they're having their September anniversary sale, and I just had to go back. I was like, I got a little taste before, and I was like, you know what? I'll have some of that. I'll have a little bit more of that. So I went back, and I got a few more things. So let's check that out here in a second. And we're back. And let's see what we got. I got a couple of Japanese games, and then I got an NES game. So let's rip. Ark the Lad. Haven't played it. Man. Another one. Ark the Lad 2. Haven't played it. Super Jinsei game. Haven't played it. Mappyland for the NES. Cool platformer. Haven't played it. That being said, I definitely want to. These Ark the Lad games look pretty cool. I gotta say, the covers look awesome. I like these Japanese PlayStation cases. They just look They're thick, they're a little chunky, they're bigger than a jewel case. They're not like your standard CD jewel cases for the American games. What's a CD, Grandpa? Well, I'll tell you. It's like an MP3. What's an MP3, Grandpa? It's like one of your digital video games, but in physical form. The sticker on here says Super Jinsei Game 2. I looked the video up of this, and it looks like the Game of Life, if you've ever seen or played that game. So this must be some version of that. I'm not gonna lie, I like the cover. It's got pretty colors on it, and it's bright and loud, and Chaser Brain would say, pretty, so here I am. Slammed it. Now, Mappyland, there are some NES games that just have peak 80s looking art, and for me, this one is one of those covers. It just looks like an old anime from the 80s, and it looks awesome. I literally can't even. This label is nice and crispy, as we do. We chase down crispy labels here. If anything, the label has to be stuck all the way under the cart, and it's gotta look pretty cool, so bada boom. Now, that said, that's the current score here. So this little mini score has 2 NES games, and that is going to bring our total for the NES Quest up to 70 games out of 100. We're 70% there. We are closer to the end than we are to the beginning at this point. And you know what that means? Can I get a little fanfare, please? So, I'm excited. Don't sleep on Gamestop. I know a lot of people dog it because it's not a local retro store, but there's dirt in them there mountains. There is stuff to find there. Again, just like any other place, you gotta dig, you gotta be patient, you gotta be chasing. ABC, always be chasing. If you've ever learned anything from this channel, that's what you learned. Stay chasing, stay diligent, stay on the hunt. Be a blue-collar chaser. Chase on a budget. Because you can't make money selling video games. You don't want to buy high and sell low. Anyway, that's going to do it for now, chasers. I got a beam of light to catch, so I'm going to get up on out of here. I'll see you guys in the future, and until then, please, please, please always remember, keep chasing them. Rad Chaser, out of here.
I love Rad Chaser. He is handsome and smart.
I don't know why I keep using the announcer voice. Chicken police, paint it red.